Hi everyone, I'm Jeanette. I'm here with Star Empress 222 Tarot. I am putting out my first video today. I've tried previously the last couple times, did not work. I don't know if it's because I tried uploading from actual YouTube, like tried recording it from YouTube and uploading it that way. It didn't work. Didn't matter what I did. So I think the first time I tried anyway, there was a storm rolling through and I lost my Wi-Fi, and then I tried uploading it later and then another storm came through. So yeah, must not have been meant to be put out. However, it was a pretty good reading. It was Twin Flame Collective reading, mostly from Divine Masculine's standpoint, his energies. And I remember at the end of the first reading, my energy oracle cards, it had woman holding a heart, man holding a heart, contract, and Archangel Raphael, fourth chakra. So, your fourth chakra is your heart. So that ending was beautiful, as far as Archangel Raphael helping to open up the blocks from our fourth chakra for both divine masculine and divine feminine. And I just looked at the time and it was 1:44. And the contract that comes into play, that's your spiritual connection there. I am, I guess, a reader mostly for the Twin Flame community, because that is how I've got into tarot reading to begin with. I had no idea that there was even tarot readings online that people had done through YouTube. I didn't know anything about that. I've had a tarot reading in the past, but I had no idea they did it on YouTube. It was just within my community, it was going on, and I happened to have a reading at that time. I was kind of drawn to it, but I thought you had to be, I just thought it wasn't for me type thing. I was interested in it, I just didn't know how to go about ever learning it, and didn't think I could ever make anything of it, so I just put it in the back of my mind. And then I met my twin flame, which I had no idea even what twin flames were about until we had met and separated, which it was a very intense beginning. As you know, that happens with twin flames. Almost kind of like a love at first sight type thing, which I was weary about at first, or leery about him at first, and quickly fell in love with him. And then he got scared, runner chaser type thing. We had some disagreements and we broke up from there. He broke up with me, and we had been on and off since then, which was December 2017 is when we met, when I hit a deer. That was interesting. I was out with my girlfriends, in which these girlfriends that I had went out with, we decided, it was like a last minute thing. Hey, let's go out. It was a full moon in Gemini. We decided to go bar hopping, and the deer were running like crazy, and I had just missed a deer and then hit this buck, like come out from a field, like diagonal from the rear end, and bounced off my passenger headlight and went into the field. So I stopped just as we had stopped talking about how lucky I had been, and we were talking about something else, is when that happened. And then I was a hot mess. I got out of my vehicle, looked at the damage. He took my headlight out, and my front bumper was messed up. And I didn't really have money to fix it type thing. I did have PLPD, so that was good. So I could claim that. Then this guy just walks up out of nowhere. I couldn't see him that well. But he helped me out, tied up my bumper for me, and then I asked him how I go about making a claim. I've never done one before, and I found something in my trunk for him to tie up my bumper. It was like a ribbon, a white ribbon that had a glow light at the end of it that you would use, that you would wear, you know, a 4th of July thing. So I took off the light part and we used the ribbon part because that's all I had. So that was interesting. He managed to hold up my bumper that way. And then I thanked him. And shook his hand. I said my first name, he said his first name, and we went our separate ways. And then my girlfriends, when I got in the car, they're like, why didn't you get his number? You didn't even get his last name. Why didn't you get his number? You should have got his number. And I'm like, I hated guys at the moment. I was not having a good time with guys. Because I had just been catfished by someone who was pretending to be someone else. And yeah, it was really flippin' stupid. But this guy had found me the next day on Facebook. I came up as a friend suggestion for him, in which he came up as a friend suggestion for my friend Tamra. And so she friended him, and she was going to mention me, but she said she didn't because I told her I didn't want her to. And then he was looking through the pictures that I had tagged her in and saw me with my blue shirt on and found my name that way, I guess. And then asked me how the car was doing, and then through Messenger. And then, you know, we kind of dated from there. Anyway, so the reason I had come across Twin Flames was while we were in separation. I saw the number 44 a lot, and I was starting to think I was crazy because I would see it probably, I don't know, like 10 times a day. So I looked it up, and it had mentioned something about Twin Flames. And so then from there I looked up ratings. And I had been listening to them ever since, and I was drawn in because a lot of the things that had happened to us sounded just like this concept, and we resonate a lot with the twin flame dynamic. So that's how I became engrossed in that, and I felt like that was the only thing that was really helping me get through the day to day, other than, you know, I would see signs, and the signs, you know, were confusing, but they still helped me to understand spirit is guiding me, and listening to readers talk about things like that and be kind of like guidance for the twin flame community, like kind of like a consultant type thing, because they've been through it, they've been going through it, and are learning to come out stronger. I really needed that, and I know that's helped me quite a bit. So that's kind of what I want to do in helping people. And as my North Node in Gemini, to be a master communicator, I feel it's my duty, in which I've been serving people my whole life, but I feel like this is something that I can really enjoy and love, and something Spirit's really drawn me to do, the work that Spirit has drawn me to. And, I've had doubts along the way, because I'm still not that great of a reader, but I've seen that I can do pretty good compared to some people that do read, and I'm not putting anyone down, but that kind of gave me, the umph to like, okay, start this now, start doing this now. I mean, you keep putting it on the back burner and it's not going to get you anywhere, so you might as well just jump into it. And some of the cards I have do help me to be able to explain better. I've practiced a lot, mostly with myself, on a few people here and there, but not, I would just practice every day, usually, if I could. So anyway, I'm Jeanette. Thank you for joining me on this journey. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. We're gonna do a collective reading for the Twin Flames. This is June 2020. Today is, I don't even know what today is. What is today? The 14th. Today's the 14th. So first we're going to see how Divine Masculine Spirit, what do you want to tell us about how Divine Masculine is feeling towards this connection at this moment? What do you want to tell us about how Divine Masculine is feeling towards this connection currently? And I'm not going to read reversals. Maybe in the future I will, but right now I'm not. So far I've seen Death and King of Wands. That's good. How is Divine Masculine feeling towards this connection currently, Spirit? Really hate when cards do not come out. Spirit, how is Divine Masculine feeling towards this connection currently? Spirit, towards this Twin Flame connection. How is Divine Masculine feeling towards this Twin Flame connection currently, Spirit? Okay. I don't really want to take all those, but they all kind of flipped over. He's restraining himself right now, or finding the strength. He's tempering it. He's thinking of a strategy. Right now there may be some deception going on. Having patience. There's fantasy and temptation. This with the Seven of Cups. Work in progress. And celebration community. So he's restraining himself while he works through this deception and strategy. Or this fantasy and temptation. because he knows that he's got some things he's got to work through here, which could be addictions or, you know, the lies. So he's a work in progress, but he's restraining himself until he can balance this out. But he wants to have a celebration. He wants to offer that cup to, who does he want to offer it to, Spirit? Tell me more, Spirit, about Divine Masculine towards this twin flame connection. Awaiting results. Tell me more about Divine Masculine and this twin flame connection, Spirit. Tell me more about Divine Masculine and this twin flame connection, Spirit. I gotta let my dog out here in a minute. Tell me more about Divine Masculine and this twin flame connection currently, Spirit. Alright, can you hold on, people? Sorry about that. I gotta let him out real quick because he's whiny. Go. The cat wanted out too, but she was taking forever. That's why I was like, go. All right, spirits. Let's be a little more clear as to what's going on here. What is this Seven of Cups and Fantasy and Temptation? Is this in the past? Is this what's going on now? Is this towards Divine Feminine? Or in the current situation? Okay. What else can you tell us about this Divine Masculine and this connection, Spirit? Currently, is he working towards this connection, Spirit? Is he working towards making Divine Feminine an offer, Spirit? What's going on in this connection currently, Spirit, behind the scenes? What is going on in this connection behind the scenes, Spirit? Knight of Wands, passionate adventure. Who is this passionate adventure with, Spirit? Is this going on with this connection? Is he thinking of restoring this passionate adventure? What's going on? What else can you tell us, Spirit, about Divine Masculine currently, Spirit? I can't shuffle this. What else can you tell us? Six of Wands, tranquility ahead. Okay, I guess let's get the rest of the cards and then we can figure out what's going on. What else can you tell us about this connection for June 2020, Spirit? What else can you tell us about this connection for June 2020? Love initiation, Ace of Cups. Let's lift this a little bit. Sorry guys, trying to fix the camera here. Like I lost a piece to my stand, so it's like not being very friendly. Okay, that'll work, I guess. What else can you tell us about this divine connection, twin flame connection for the month of June, Spirit? We got the Fool, Four of Swords, healing and recovery, Ten of Swords, King of Wands, Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, excitement and curiosity, divine partnership, Nine of Cups. Okay, so let's see. Let me take a minute to think about this here. Okay, so he's working through this deception and this fantasy temptation, in which those are things that divine masculine has had issues with in the past. And he knows that is one thing that divine feminine pushed away, that she did not accept with him. So he's trying to have the strength to balance this out, to restrain himself from being deceitful and restrain himself from having or pursuing these temptations. So he's a work in progress. He wants to have this celebration with you. Or he could be lying about a celebration. Or he's strategizing to move away from something he had planned. He could be with someone else, or there could be other people in his life so we're waiting results. He's looking into, gazing into the sky, thinking about where he wants to be. He wants to offer this passionate adventure. He wants to have this passionate adventure with his divine feminine. Six of Swords. So communication will bring light, balance, tranquility ahead. So we have to be patient. It's a work in progress. He wants to initiate love. He wants to speak his truth. Finally, he may be having an epiphany. He wants to be real and show his vulnerable side. He wants to confess his love to you. This is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, I'm sorry. This is Cups, so that's Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Everlasting love, abundance, emotional satisfaction, romantic fulfillment, also psychic growth. So he could be feeling inside, you know, that he's like had this awakening when he's, you know, looking into, he could have had this epiphany. And he wants to bring this cup of love to his feminine. He wants to move forward. He wants to start a new beginning, in which this could be a younger energy. He could be younger than you. Taking a blind leap of faith. Taking chances. Possible travel. This is rest, rejuvenation, healing and recovery. So he's, recovering from these things that have held him back from you. The deception, the temptation, the addictions. So he may be retreating. You may not be talking right now or communicating, in the 3D. He's needing to recharge and heal after a painful ending where he had to, where he stood his ground. He had to stand up for himself. He decided to take on the challenge because he misses you. He wants, he craves you. This could be like player type energy that was there before, but now he's the king of wands. And this doesn't always have to mean player type energy, but it's someone who is usually younger, less mature, acts impulsively. They're passionate, but they can be, and flirtatious, sweet talker. They're ambitious and enthusiastic, but they can have the rushing in and out player type tendencies. So you have to watch out for the red flags there, but it looks like he's working through this. He's walking away from that. He wants to offer you this abundance of love. He wants to take a blind leap of faith after he works through this healing. After he gathers his information that he needs or gathers his strength. He is ending something here, and that could be that could be with a fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. He could be sabotaging himself, or yeah, he's trying to work through the blockage. There's an ending here. Completion. Backstabbing or being backstabbed. There's a new dawn coming, learning from the pain, pushing through the pain so he can be this visionary leader, this King of Wands. This person is creative, strong-willed, takes forward action, won't stop till they gets it. Passionate, keeps the eye on the prize, attractive, creative. He sees his 9 of Pentacles, which is you, taking care of yourself, being Miss Independent, abundant on your own, learning to give yourself self-love. You're stable. He recognizes you, and he sees how you've grown and that you take care of yourself. He's excited and curious about you. It's like he's had an epiphany. There's a creative spark. He has new ideas. He's feeling free-spirited, enthusiastic. He's feeling inspired, feeling sexual.